Have you ever thought about living in rural Montana? And I'm talking about really rural Montana. Living there is fascinating. And this video will tell you a little bit something about that, because today we are going to take a tour of Reed Point and Greycliff, Montana, two of the most rural spots you'll find between Billings and Bozeman. Hi, I'm Craig Cyphers with the Montana Real Estate Channel, and I work with my third-generation realtor daughter, Erica, in Cyphers Family Real Estate. We work at Exit Realty Bitterroot Valley in Hamilton, Montana, but we have offices all over the state of Montana, and we'd love to be a resource if you're thinking about moving into or around the state of Montana. All the information in order to get a hold of us is down in the description below. We'd love to have you tap that logo down there on the lower right-hand side of your screen to subscribe to our station. It really helps us out, and I think you're going to like the content. So let's get started on taking a look at Reed Point and Greycliff. Our real estate discovery of Reed Point and Greycliff at the Yellowstone River Ranch, which is comprised of about 227 parcels. Now, most of these parcels are on 20-acre tracts. It all lies most of it along the Yellowstone River. There are the riverfront properties, but there are also some timber and meadow properties. And there's about 30 miles of private gravel road accessing these home sites. And the amenities include a community park, a boat launch onto the Yellowstone River, and a fishing access. And there are properties that are still available here for folks, bare vacant land that's still undeveloped. There's currently about roughly 40 homes on the ranch and some under construction right now, but you're not required to build a home on your property. And many of the owners of the ranch enjoy camping and recreating on their properties throughout the year and not necessarily building a house. Now, here's a really sweet home out here on the river bottom. It's a home that was built in 2008. It's a story and a half, 3,288 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. It sits on 2 lots, so it's just a little over 40 acres. And this home has an assessed value of just under $1 million. But I have a strong sense that this home likely would go for much more on the open market. Well, welcome to Reed Point, and right off the bat, we've got our post office here on the right, and that was established in 1901 as Reed, but the name was changed in 1906 to Reed Point. And Bob Guthrie plotted the town site of Reed Point in 1911. But Reed Point really, it's a census-designated area in Stillwater County and had a population of 247 folks back at the 2020 census. But Reed Point was first established by Harry Reed and his wife Alice McClary Reed. It was a stage stop, and the Reeds went west in about 1876, drawn by the hope of hitting it rich in the Black Hills of South Dakota. But they ventured north up here to the Yellowstone Valley about the time Chief Joseph and the Nez Perce tribe made their raid through this area. And they fought the Battle of Canyon Creek just east of here in September of 1877. Now, you'll remember Chief Joseph from our South Bitterroot Valley video where we featured the Chief Joseph Ranch of Paramount Television series Yellowstone. But there's some really fun stuff that happens in Reed Point, and I'll tell you why Reed Point is famous and what Reed Point is famous for. So right about here, sometime in the summer, we get some serious action, and here's exactly what it looks like. The street is full of sheep. That's right. They herd a whole herd of sheep down here, about 600 head through the middle of town in Reed Point. And it's quite a spectacular deal. He's been doing it there since 1989, I believe. And it acts as a fundraiser for a lot of nonprofits there in town, including the fire department, which is actually just down the street here. Everything's just down the street in Reed Point. It's a very small town. We're going to get up here. We just take a little drive through, see some of the housing. There are a lot of manufactured homes as a percentage in Reed Point. This looks to be an old school. Whether or not it's a school now, it's a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit. So it's obviously being used, and it does say Go RPR, Reed Point Renegades. So I'm not sure if it's currently being used, but we are going to look at a newer structure just down the street, which I suspect is the school for all grades. The elementary school in Reed Point is grades 1 or pre-kindergarten through 8th grade, and this structure seems like it would be big enough to handle that group, along with the high school. The elementary school, that one, or the pre-K through 8th grade, there are 37 students, a student-to-teacher ratio of 8-1, and the high school has 19 students, and that's a student-teacher ratio of 5-1. So I suspect all of those folks are housed in that particular building there. So on this west side of town, there was a manufactured home on a lot, the 8,100 square foot lot. The manufactured home was 1,580 square foot, 3-bed, 2-bath. And it was a 1994 model. It had a 960 square foot garage shop. The state had it assessed at $80,000, and the sale price recently was $218,000. Leave us a comment down below and tell us your opinion, the value of what I just told you about. And be sure to tap that logo down on the lower right-hand side of your screen in order to be notified whenever we come out with a new video on communities in western Montana. Now, this green garage that's attached to this green house, that's a stick frame home that's 1,568 square feet. It's a 3-2. It was built in 1998 and sits on about a half-acre lot, and it has an assessed value of $327,000, just to give you some sort of perspective. So we're going to wrap up this portion here and head west on I-90 to Greycliff, Montana. And we'd love to be a resource for you on any community in western Montana. So if you want to get a hold of us, like so many people that reach out on a weekly basis, all the information you need is in the description below. And here we are going into the metropolis of Greycliff. Also a census-designated place with a population of 56. Once upon a time, it was a thriving railroad stop, and now it's pretty much agriculture, and you can see the train tracks still go through. There's a unit train of probably empty tankers going out to the Bakken. The area is home to the Harris Homestead, one of Sweetgrass County's oldest structures that was built in 1878. It's now part of the Vermilion Ranch, which is an 800-acre ranch on 2 miles of Yellowstone River frontage. So we didn't get a chance to see it. And you'll see the post office here. And then also you'll have what appears to be the school. It is the school from 1895. They have, in K through 8th grade, a total student population of 6. And that's a student-teacher ratio of 1-6. Actually, just 1 teacher in the Greycliff schools. And for high school students, they go to school at Sweetgrass County High in Big Timber. Now let's go see the greatest part about Greycliff. Hi, we're just outside of Greycliff, Montana. This is just between Billings and Bozeman, and we're here at Prairie Dog Town in Greycliff. It's about 96 acres, protected prairie dogs, and it's the Department of Transportation, Montana State Parks, and the conservation, some conservation group. 3,600 foot in elevation, 98 acres. There's probably more prairie dogs here than there are people living in Greycliff. I'll almost guarantee it. But if you get out this way during the season,
stop in and see the little varmints.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this quick little video on Reed Point and Greycliff in Montana. Please remember, Cyphers Family Real Estate, we appreciate you, and Montana Real Estate Channel appreciates if you would subscribe. We'll look for you on the next video. Thanks for watching.